What is going on, amazing people? In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how I was able to generate $500 off one product online. And the product might surprise you, so stick around because I'm going to tell you exactly how you can copy me and start making money online. Welcome back to the video, my friends. My name is Jay, and on this channel I do everything from how-to videos and step-by-step guides teaching you exactly how you can start making money online. And so if you like things like this, consider subscribing to my channel. Now, usually when people talk about making money online, they normally try to create a physical product and sell it, maybe drop ship a product, or maybe try to do some Instagram shout outs and try to get their product sold. But there is a lot of money to be made when it comes down to digital products. And as I sold multiple products online, I was just shocked how this one single digital product was able to generate for me $500. And I can guarantee you that if you just copy my strategy, I know you will make your first sale online also. So let's jump into the video. So the product that really made me a lot of money online was actually digital invitations, that I was able to make that much money off of just one invite. And the invite that I made was a Christmas party invite, and that sold like crazy. And I sold it at first for $5, but as I start getting more sales and more sales, I just jumped the price up to $10, and guess what? People still purchase from me, and I was actually able to get what I want to show you here, a bestsellers badge off of Etsy. So if you don't know what a bestseller is on Etsy, that's when that particular listing has sold multiple times, right? And so Etsy want their shoppers to know that this is a hot ticket item. And I was able to get some bestsellers on several of my product listing on Etsy. And one of the ones I told you was a digital invite that I made on Canva. So again, I'm just showing you that there are multiple bestsellers, right? A lot of people go on Etsy and they do print on demand. And there's nothing wrong with print on demand. I have done print on demand. I'm still doing print on demand. But I do want to say this, there's a lot of money to be made in regards to selling digital products online. And like I said, focus on digital invites. And people go to Etsy all the time to buy digital invites. So if you never tested these waters, I encourage you guys, follow my step-by-step guide, because I'm telling you, if you follow and just copy what I'm doing, you will start realizing that, wow, you can make money just like that. So when you find your bestseller, two things you want to look for, right? You want to look for information, and you want to look at the design for inspiration. Now, before you click off this video, I am not telling you to copy this design for what it is, right? Because if you make a copy of this, you will make zero sales, right? So what I want you to do is gain information from this design. That means I want you to look at the title and actually figure out what keywords they are using. Now, if you want to find the best keywords that you can use for your digital invites on Etsy, make sure you check out my link below, because I have left you guys several different strong keywords you can use, so that if you're not good with SEO like this, you just want to focus on design, well, I have given you guys all that information with different type of keywords and different type of categories, so that you can just focus on designing. And then I have done all the SEO work for you, so you can just copy and paste my SEO and you can start just listing your products today. Now, in my next video, I'm going to show you how you can take the title and actually use that in your keywords when you are listing products on Etsy. But like I said, just copy the title and save it for later. And now my second one is make sure I look at the design for inspiration. Again, we're not making a copy. We're just trying to figure out what can I take from this and make it my own, make it unique, maybe change some colors and some fonts to make it as my own. So with this birthday invite, I see that they put the child's name on top. I see in the middle of the boho rainbow, they say that child is turning 6 years old. They have the date. They have different type of things as far as information that's valuable for the invite. And so guess what? I want to take that as inspiration, and then I want to go into Canva and recreate this as my own. Again, we're not making a copy of this, but you are creating your own version of this in Canva. So now this is the design phase, right? I'm using the design as inspiration. I already gathered the keyword for information. So when I list it, I actually know what keywords to use. But in regards to how I was able to make $500 off of one digital product, it's this method. I use the designs that are best sellers as inspiration to make my own design. And so we're going to jump in Canva, and I'm going to show you how you can start creating your own designs now. All right, so the first thing you want to do is make sure you select the right size for your digital invite. If you notice back on our Etsy bestseller that their bestseller is created in a 5x7 digital file. So everything that we're making today is going to be in 5x7. So you can actually type this in when you create your own design and just type in digital invites, or you can just search in the print product section of Canva and just find the 5x7 portrait invite. And so that's what I'm going to do right now. And here it is, 5x7, the exact size that we're going to use. So the main thing that really jumps out to me is the boho rainbow design, and also the number 6 showing the birthday, and as well as the name that's on top. That is what really draws people in. Everything down here on the bottom is kind of standard in regards to creating digital invites online. So what really is captivating for people is, okay, what is that top portion designed like? And so I want to kind of recreate that myself. Now, again, I told you all that Canva uses different types of boho rainbows you can use. And so the way that we find that is going to Elements, and you simply want to type in boho rainbow. All right, so if you see our results, we have multiple boho designs that are accessible to us. Now, again, I am using the paid version, and some of you guys are spending money on Etsy and buying this stuff off of Etsy sellers. And I would encourage you, if you know you are going forth and creating your business online, then actually paying for the subscription for Canva is, to me, just no brainer, because you get all of this stuff for free. Your designs can be endless because you have everything accessible to you. And so that's why I love checking out what Canva has, because again, all of this stuff is accessible to me if I pay monthly. Some of this stuff is free, but most of it you will have to pay for. So for our example today, we are going to grab this boho design. All right, so as I recreate this design, I go back and forth with the bestseller to make sure that I'm using key things in here that are attracting other people. And like I said, usually on the bottom, that's kind of standard in regards to digital invites, but the top portion is really what is captivating the people. And so I noticed they have a boho rainbow, and they have a number of the child's birthday in the middle, and their name is on top. So again, my design is already different because I have a different boho rainbow. And sometimes this is what attracts people to come to your listing, because yours look different. So I want to put the number in the middle also. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over to text. I'm just going to simply pull over a text here. I made this a little bit bigger for us so we can see it. And I'm going to go ahead and just put a standard number in there. Let's just say number 7. And I want to make sure that I look and see, okay, what is the font design here on our bestseller? And again, I don't want to copy their exact font, but I do want to gain some inspiration and gain their style and put it as my own. And so again, I want to make this to a different font. So again, some of the fonts here might be paid for, but again, you can use whatever font you feel that is good to use. All right, so this is the font that I have decided to use for this particular design. Now, I normally kind of bring this up a little bit closer because I know that I'm not going to use this entire length of this space. And so to make this more manageable, I just kind of shrink that a little bit so that I can have that number accessible to me. Now, I'm going to put this also in the middle. But again, if you notice, our number is black, right? That's not really appealing to our design. But one cool thing that we have with Canva is that you can actually change the color of any text, and they actually show you the colors that's used in your main image, which that is super helpful. All right, so we already have our design looking pretty good as it is, right? We didn't do much to it, but again, adding a little bit of your own touch, changing up some of the images, that's what's going to allow your listing to really pop out from everyone else's. So we have our number, we have our boho rainbow, and we go back to our bestseller to gain some inspiration and some information from there. And we see that the child name is up top, and this child is turning and whatever number that we have. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this and paste this. Now, what I just did there was I just literally hit Control C on my keyboard to copy, and I hit Control V. You can also do that by right clicking and hitting copy, and right clicking again and hitting paste. That will also work. So if you want to check out how I use different shortcuts to make my projects go faster, check out my video in the link below, because there I'll show you exactly how I use all my shortcuts to make my creation process faster. So I have my copy here, and I want to be able to recreate a particular child's name is turning 6 or 7 or whatever our number is. All right, so we have Sarah is turning 6, and if you notice, it is super large, right? And I can tell you right now, I'm not even digging that font right now, but what I'm going to do is the same thing I taught you, shrink it down, make it more manageable. I can make this a little bit wider since what we have is a little bit larger to make it more manageable. I'm going to go back in here and I'm going to use different fonts as inspiration, and I found one already that is pretty good to use. All right, so things are looking good already, right? Now, if I go back to my bestseller, remember I'm using this as inspiration, I see that it's not necessarily straight, but it's going around the rainbow. So I want to be able to recreate mine to be just like that. Now, the way that we do that is by highlighting this particular area. I want to hit the effects, and Canva has the curve feature. So I want to be able to use that. Now, if you notice, ours is a little different. And what's different between our rainbow and their rainbow? Right? They don't have any hearts up top, but we do. So if I try to recreate their design on my rainbow, it's not going to work. But this is where our design is going to be different, because again, we're using this as inspiration. So what I'm going to do is I'm not going to put this right on top, but I am going to put this over to the other side. And my curve is a little strong here, right? It's not necessarily going around the rainbow. So what I can do is I can actually fix that curve and actually fit it to go around my particular rainbow. And so as I have this here, I want to use this little rotation tool to rotate it around the rainbow that I have and to make sure that it fits. And it gives you a little circle so you know you're actually on the line. So I'm going to turn mine a little bit more so it can kind of go around the rainbow the right way. And boom, if you see that, we already have our own recreation of that bestseller. I am going to make this a little bit larger. Again, I'm going to fix it as it goes around. I want to make sure that I get everything right where it needs to be. And same thing that we have with the number 7, we can actually change this color to make it fit different colors in our design. So I'm really feeling this gold brown type of color. I think that's really going to stand out well. And that is already looking good. So again, our bestseller here, and we have our recreation here. And if you notice, again, we're going to work on the bottom portion here, but that is already looking pretty good already. All right, so the next thing that we're going to do is actually have a little tagline here. They have this, please join us to celebrate. We can put that, there's nothing wrong with that, but again, we can make it a little bit different. And so I want to be able to change that. I want to use the same font that I have here. So we're going to copy and paste. Now, when we copy and paste, it's going to bring out that circle that we just created. Now, if you want that little circle thing to go away, that circle effect to go away, go back up here and hit the curve feature. Hit 0 because I don't want any of that to be there. I'm going to rotate my image back to 0. See the little numbers going forward and all the way up. I'm going to rotate this back to 0 and get that straight. And I want to put my own tagline here. All right, and boom, that's looking pretty decent already, right? And so we have some space down here. Now, I do want to group all of this together. So when you have everything aligned, everything where it's supposed to be, everything looking nice, right? You don't want to move something by mistake and then your whole design is off. So what I normally do is when I have everything where I want it to be and I don't want it to be shifted out of place, 2 things you can do. You can highlight everything that you like and you can actually group it. So we're going to group everything. And so grouping means that if I move one item, it's going to move the whole thing. And that's kind of what I like, because if I want to shrink it, I can. If I want to make it bigger, I can, and it puts everything to the right proportion size. Now, if I know that I like everything where it is, but I don't want it to move, I could actually go back into our settings and hit this lock feature, which now it cannot move at all, right? Anything that's grouped into that particular design cannot move at all. And so we like it where it is. We're going to keep it where it is. And so we're going to keep it locked for right now. So the next thing that we are going to design, like our bestseller, is the bottom portion here. Now, 3 main things they have on this bottom portion. It is the date of the event, the date, and the location in the RSVP or the contact. And like I said before, most of your digital invites that you're going to make has these 3 or 4 major things in them. And so if you just want to copy this bottom portion and save these details for later, you can always switch them up or just add them to your template so that you can just focus on that top portion design like we just made. So right now, let's create that bottom portion. All right, so the first thing that we want to do in Canva is create this little bottom portion. And if you notice on our bestseller, they have made 2 lines to kind of make everything symmetrical. So that's what we want to do ourselves. And so to find these little lines in Canva is you want to go back to elements and you just want to hit line. Now, we can use some things here, right, to make it a little bit different. Again, we're just talking about inspiration. I can actually use this as inspiration to kind of separate my lines. Again, we're just talking about how we can create different things. But if you just want to use a line, you can just go up here and type line, and we have our different types of lines. Now, I'm going to show you a way you can actually use this particular image to make your design stand out a little bit more. And these already have lines in them, right? So I want to actually use that. Now, how we use that is by shrinking the image or cropping the image to get the line that we want. And boom, right? We already have a line that is a part of the boho style. And so that is another way you can recreate your designs, find some images and actually crop them to fit your style as opposed to just using straight lines or lines that Canva provide. And so now we actually have a line that we can use. So if I want to go back and copy anything that I have, if you notice, I can't move anything because it's locked. So, all right, so I want to unlock that feature and I want to ungroup that feature so that I can copy a particular part of this design that I want to reuse. All right, so I know that I want to put the date for Saturday. So let's go ahead and put that date in there. All right, boom. So we have majority of everything we need for our boho design. Now, once I have everything I have on my screen, I want to go back and actually line things up, size things up appropriately so that the image looks perfect. If you notice, it is looking really, really good, looking like something that can be sold as a bestseller on Etsy. All right, so that is the end of our design. If we go back to our bestseller, again, it is not the copy of the bestseller, but it is a different variation that if somebody would like to purchase it, then they know they can purchase it from you. So I want to show you in another video how you are actually able to mock up this particular design and start listing it on Etsy and start making your first sale. So if you want to see that video, make sure you guys check it out here. As always, if you like this video, please make sure you give me a thumbs up as well. Like the video because that helps out my channel a lot. And again, if you want to see more things like this, consider subscribing to the channel. As always, my friends, my name is Jay with Fixed Point, and I will see you in the next video.